Today's material is called Fitness Tips, How to Stay Fit. So today this is what we'll talk about, staying fit. What does it mean to stay fit? What does that mean? To stay fit. Who knows? If we say how to stay fit, what does it mean? Because fit, you know, probably means a few different things in English. Yeah, good, excellent, Willa. To keep a good, you said shape of the body. To keep your body in good shape. Let me say here, yeah. To keep your body in good shape. Exactly. Exactly, yes. Yes, so staying fit is exercising and keeping your body in good shape or in good condition. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Fitness tips so you can keep your body in good condition. Oops, we jumped over a slide there. There we go. So weight loss methods. Oops. It says other, but yet it shouldn't say other because we're missing the first slide, I think. For some reason, it's skipping past the first slide, the introduction. Let's see, because I think that something is wrong and these are out of order for some reason. So you know what? I'm going to try to reload the material here, and let's see if that fixes the problem, because the material is not in the right order here, so it will read kind of strangely because it's out of order. So there we go. Now I think this is going to be correct once it finishes loading. So in the meantime, let me ask you, how do you stay fit? What do you do to stay fit? How do you stay fit? Willa and Popular and May and everyone else out there, how do you stay fit? What do you do to stay fit? You do exercise. What kind of exercise, Willa? What kind of exercise do you do? Do you run? Do you play basketball? Do you lift weights? What kind of exercise? Running for Willa. What about everyone else? Everyone's very quiet today. I know it's the end of the day and maybe you're a little tired, but I can't let you fall asleep in my session. Okay, Willa says control your meals. That might be a good way to stay fit. Absolutely. I wonder where everyone else is. Willa, I only see you typing in the chat box. I hope that everyone else is out there. I hope that they can hear me clearly. Can everyone hear me clearly? Maybe I should check with that. Can everyone hear me clearly? Or should I contact IT? If you can hear me clearly, say yes. Okay. Porco can, Willa can, Popular plays golf. Very good. Okay, that's only 3 students out of 12 that say they can hear me. That could be a problem. Okay, let me contact IT because that's my only way to know if everyone can hear me, and most of you aren't typing in the box. So let me send a quick message here. Okay. Okay, hopefully they can check into that. Okay. All right, Garrett can hear me too. All right, terrific. So that's at least 4 out of 12 of you. Okay, so let's read the introduction. Research has found that male physiques with slim waists are rated as being attractive, particularly by females. The body mass index is another important universal determinant to the perception of beauty. The lesson plan will introduce you to different methods of building an attractive physique and how they might affect your health. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about today. So, male physiques with slim waists are rated as being attractive. Is that true? Do you think men with slim waists are attractive? What do you think? Are men with slim waists attractive? Do you agree with this? I wonder. I think in different cultures there might be some difference in perception here. I think that from one culture to the next, people may think that something is attractive or unattractive. I wonder what you think. What do you think? Do you think men with slim waists are attractive? Popular says no. What about everyone else? Okay, we're all falling asleep out there. That's not good. Okay, yeah, Porco says, I don't know. He's not sure, right? Yeah, well, okay, Porco, I understand. I don't pay too much attention to what's attractive in men. I think in the U.S., my guess would be that men with very, very slim waists are not usually considered attractive. There needs to be some proportion. No problem, Garrick. Very good. Rule number 1 was ask questions. Excellent. Physique is your physical appearance. Physique is your physical appearance. The way you look, in other words. The way your body looks. Okay? It has nothing to do with your clothes or your money. It's just your body. Your physique is your body. Okay? Porco says, I'm fat, but attract... Me too, Porco. All right, good. I agree, Porco. I hear... Let me slap you 5, Porco. Let's hear it to being fat and attractive. I'm getting a little fat too, Porco. But I'm still a good-looking guy, right? But it tells us that in general, the body mass index, that BMI, is an important determinant, an important thing that determines physical beauty for most people. Most people think a person with a low body mass index, in other words, a low percentage of fat in their body, are very attractive. So we're going to talk about how you can get one of these attractive low BMI physiques today. So let's read a little about obesity. Obesity is the condition of being overweight. We might call this fatness, right? Obesity is like fatness, or the condition of being overweight, right? Too much weight. That's obesity. Okay? The adjective form is obese. Okay? The adjective form is obese. She is so obese equals she is so fat. There we go. Okay, so let's read the paragraphs together here. Most researchers agree that a combination of excessive consumption of calories and a sedentary lifestyle is the primary cause of obesity. In a minority of cases, increased food consumption can be attributed to genetic, medical, or psychiatric illness. So, okay, let's talk about this. What is excessive consumption of calories? What does that mean? Excessive consumption of calories. What does that mean? If we talk about an excessive consumption of calories, I know there are some large words there. Excessive consumption of calories. What does that mean? If someone consumes calories excessively, what does it mean? Yeah, exactly. They eat too many calories. Exactly. And calories, of course, are the things that make us fat. It's the energy that we find in food that, unfortunately, can also make us fat. So some foods have more calories than other foods. For example, if I eat too many cookies, right? If I eat too many cookies, if I'm like, cookie, then I might get fat. And I like to eat cookies, excuse me. But if I eat too many, these have so many calories, right? So if I eat too many cookies, and it mentions a combination, right, of eating too many cookies and a sedentary lifestyle. What does that mean? A sedentary lifestyle. What is a sedentary lifestyle? Does anyone know? What is a sedentary lifestyle? What does this mean? I tried to give you a hint. I said a sedentary lifestyle. Exactly, Garrick. You don't move enough. Good. Good. So excessive consumption of calories, we mentioned, was you eat too much, and I'm going to make that smaller. There we go. Eat too much. And sedentary lifestyle means you don't move. You sit around too much. So the combination of those two things causes obesity. Okay, so if you eat too much and you sit too much, then you're going to get fat, which probably happens to me a little bit. Sometimes, though, it could be a genetic, medical, or psychiatric illness. There are other possible explanations, too, for why some people become obese. Okay, but for most of us, it's because we eat too much and we don't exercise enough. Now, let's briefly talk about an eating disorder. Anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder. Does anyone know? Maybe you can look at the picture and tell, what is this eating disorder? If you suffer from anorexia nervosa, often just called anorexia, what's the problem? What do you do? If you have this illness, what is your problem? Do you eat too much or not eat enough? If you suffer from anorexia, do you, 1, eat too much, or 2, not eat enough? 1 or 2. If you suffer from anorexia, do you know? Okay, Porco and Popular know. Yeah, it's number 2. Not eat enough. Definitely. Good. And Garrick knows too. Yes. Very good. Excellent. Porco, Garrick, and Popular. Good. Number 2. Not eat enough. Exactly. Okay. So let's read about it. One of the most common eating disorders is anorexia nervosa, a psychiatric illness that describes an eating disorder characterized by extremely low body weight and body image distortion, but with an obsessive fear of gaining weight. Individuals with anorexia are known to control body weight through voluntary starvation, purging, excessive exercise, or other weight control measures, such as diet pills or diuretic drugs. Okay, so this is a common problem, anorexia nervosa. It's when you have extremely low body weight, very, very, very skinny, very thin, and you are obsessed with being scared of, oh no, I'm going to get fat. Right? That could be an eating disorder. Sometimes these people just don't eat. They lose weight through voluntary starvation or purging. That's really more like bulimia, purging, throwing up the food. It's bulimia. Or excessive exercise or pills. Those are all things that people do when they have anorexia. So this is a sad situation. It's good to stay fit, but it's bad to harm your body this way. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? No? Okay, hopefully it's pretty clear for you so far. Okay, so let's talk about some weight loss methods. Thank you, Willa and Garrick. Thank you very much. Let's talk about some weight loss methods. How can you lose weight? Well, I think popular before mentioned playing golf, and Willa said that she runs and controls her food intake. Yeah, so let's talk about that. The least intrusive weight loss methods, and those most often recommended by physicians, doctors, are adjustments to eating patterns and increased physical exercise. Okay? So, less food, more exercise. Physicians will usually recommend their overweight patients to combine a reduction of caloric intake with an increase in physical activity. Okay? So usually a combination of both is important. Okay, and physicians, I mentioned, but I will put on the board, physicians are doctors. Okay, and physical activity is exercise. Okay, moving your body. Okay, so the least intrusive, and intrusive is like I almost wanted to say bothersome, but maybe that's not the best word. Intrusive is like something that enters into your body. So rather than taking medicine, the easiest way is just to control your food intake and exercise. So now I know that Willa runs, and I know that it's, I think, popular who likes to play golf. So what about everyone else? What kind of exercise do you do? Garrick and Porco and May, what kind of exercise do you do? How do you exercise? How do you exercise? Okay, Garrick uses a bicycle. Willa says walking. Yeah, you know, when I was younger, I used to be a runner. I ran competitively in races, and I thought walking was not good exercise. I was wrong. I have learned that walking can be very good exercise for you, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting. Walking can help. I moved to South America, and I ate a little bit less, and I walked every day, and in 6 months I lost about 20 kilograms. I lost 20 kilograms in 6 months by walking and eating less. So I found walking to be very effective. Okay, the bicycle, that's great exercise, Garrick. I wish I had the discipline to ride the bicycle every day. Tiger says swimming every morning. Oh, that's great exercise. Swimming is hard. I wish I had a swimming pool where I could go swimming every morning, Tiger. I just don't have a place to go swimming every morning. Oh, you can't believe it, Willa? Trust me. Trust me. I ate less, but not too little. I mean, I wasn't hungry, right? Right? I ate enough. I just ate less cookies. Right? Less cookies, and I walked more, and I lost a lot of weight. Now I gained the weight back again. So I'm hoping that when I visit Southeast Asia, I will walk more and lose some weight. Maybe I'll eat a little bit less too, and I'll lose some weight. I'm hoping that. Okay, so you want to again reduce, have a reduction. A reduction is a decrease, okay, a reduction is a decrease of the caloric content of the diet and an increase in physical activity. Any questions so far? Porco thinks I'll get fat when I come to Taiwan. Porco, I'm a little nervous because I usually don't eat Chinese food. Oh, I know I shouldn't say that out loud. But I don't usually, so I'm a little nervous about the food, Porco. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get fat. I'm going to try the food, but I might eat a little bit less than usual because I'm a little nervous about it. But hopefully I will have some friends who will take me to the night market and show me which foods I should try. So we'll see. We'll see. KFC and McDonald's, Tiger says. You know, it's funny because I don't usually eat at KFC or McDonald's in the United States, but I might at least one time when I'm in Taiwan. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still hoping that I'm going to like the food. My students say the food is delicious, so I'm hoping that I get to enjoy some. You like junk food, Tiger. Yeah. Well, that's good. Junk food has its time and its place. My junk food is more like pizza. I like pizza. I could eat pizza 5 or 6 days a week. So, weight loss methods. Let's talk more about the ways to lose weight. The more effective ways, rather than the starvation diet. So, other methods of losing weight include the use of drugs and supplements that decrease appetite, block fat absorption, or reduce stomach volume. Medicines with herbs such as fucus vesiculosus, are popular. Finally, surgery may be used in more severe cases. Bariatric surgery officially reduces the size of the stomach, limiting the intake of food energy. I have an aunt who did this, the bariatric surgery. And I think this is what we more commonly call stapling the stomach, right? What do you think? Would you get surgery if it would help you lose weight? Would you get surgery if it would help you lose weight? Would you consider this? I mean, Tiger, I know you like junk food, so would you get surgery so you would eat less junk food? If they could make your stomach smaller, would you get the surgery? I don't know. I love to eat. I like to eat too much. I don't think I'd get that surgery. Yeah, Julia says it's no good for your health. Tiger says, maybe. Yeah, Garrick says it's not healthy. Porco says no. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's not healthy to me. Like I said, I have an aunt who did this, and I thought, crazy. It seems unhealthy to me. But some people think that it's a good way to lose weight because they can decrease the size of their stomach so they won't eat so much. It seems scary to me. I don't want any holes in my stomach. Yeah. Julia says the spa. Okay, you go to the spa instead, perhaps. A healthier way to lose weight. Very good, Julia. Yeah. Well, Tiger says if he can accept that surgery, he can enjoy junk food every day. Well, but you would have to enjoy less junk food, Tiger, because your stomach won't allow you to eat so much if your stomach is smaller. Yeah, I think it is probably an easier way to lose weight. But then, it could be a problem if your stomach starts to open up again. It makes my stomach, it makes me feel sick just thinking about it. I don't even like to think about it very much. But there are other ways to lose weight. You could use drugs. Now, drugs sometimes means medicine, sometimes it means illegal drugs. You really have to use the context to understand the word. Okay, drugs equals medicine or illegal drugs. Okay, when I say illegal drugs, I mean things like marijuana, like Yeah, man. Woo! Ha ha! Yeah, drugs. Okay, so sometimes drugs means that kind of drugs. Sometimes drugs means medicine. Yeah, getting high. Exactly, Porco. Yeah. So you have to pay attention to the way the word is used. If we say that 2 men went to jail for selling drugs, well, they were selling illegal drugs. Or the doctor gave me some drugs to manage the pain. Well, that's medicine. Okay, so you have to determine the meaning from the context. So here we're talking about the use of drugs being the use of medicine given to you by a doctor. So some people use medicines that decrease their appetites or block the absorption of fat and that sort of thing. So would you take medicine to lose weight? Many of you said you would not do surgery. Would you take medicine to lose weight? Is medicine okay? No, wow. Wow, you were very quick to say no on that one. Interesting. Surgery, most of you said no, but then I go, well, maybe. But medicine, everyone said no right away. Interesting. Okay. And let me mention a couple of words here. Supplements are things that add to something. In other words, add to your diet, add to the food you eat every day. So supplements are things that add something. Okay. Here, they are medicines that add the ability to decrease your appetite. Okay. They supplement your usual food. They add to your usual food. Okay. And they might block fat absorption. Block means prevent. Okay. Or reduce the stomach volume, reduce the size of the stomach. Okay, so those are some weight loss methods. Your friends quit smoking and then they all became fat guys, huh, Tiger? They stopped smoking and they became very fat. Do you smoke, Tiger? I hope not. Oh, bad habit. Okay, good. Good, yeah. Yeah, okay. Interesting points there. So Tiger mentioned that his friends who stopped smoking became fat, and that is common because when you give up one addiction, you often pick up a different addiction, like one to eating food. So many people begin to increase their caloric intake when they stop smoking. One, because it's something to do that helps relieve stress, and two, because the food tastes better because they don't have that nasty cigarette taste in their mouth anymore. Julia mentioned that the medicines have side effects. Absolutely, Julia. We're going to talk about some of those towards the end of the material. But yeah, definitely, they have side effects. Ways that they might affect you that are not exactly what you wanted. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about exercise. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about exercise, and then we'll get to those side effects in a few minutes. So, engaging in aerobic exercise. Ooh, let's stop. What is aerobic exercise? What does this mean? What is aerobic exercise? What is aerobic exercise? Who knows? Aerobic exercise. What kind of exercise is this? Oxygen exercise. Oxygen exercise. When you say oxygen exercise, yeah, well, you're right about there. Oxygen exercise. Yeah, you're right, Tiger. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought about that for a moment, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, good. They're exercises that move oxygen through your body. Yeah, good. Exactly. You're breathing. Good. Absolutely. Exercises that make us use oxygen. Absolutely. Absolutely. So things that make you breathe heavily and force your lungs and heart to work. Okay? So yeah, anything that makes you breathe heavy and forces your lungs and your heart to work is an aerobic exercise. What are some examples of aerobic exercises? Give me some examples of aerobic exercises. Yeah, running, swimming, good. Boxing, dancing, jogging, good, excellent. Yeah, those are some aerobic exercises. Yeah, good. Yeah, swimming, jogging, boxing, dancing, exactly. Those are all some aerobic exercises. Good. Good. Yeah, so bicycling, yes, very good. Bicycling, very good. Yeah, those are all some things that are aerobic exercise. Terrific, very good, excellent. So engaging in aerobic exercise is what most people would recommend if asked for advice on how to build a healthy and nicely proportioned body. However, without a reduction in caloric intake, a sudden increase in exercise can lead to unexpected results. Physical activities definitely burn calories, but the amount of burnt calories can be compensated easily with a greater consumption of food. So if you eat too much, the exercise won't help. That's what it's telling us here. Now, engaging in is doing. Engaging in something is doing a behavior. Engaging in is doing something. Okay? So, engaging in conversation equals having a conversation. Okay? Or engaging in exercise equals doing exercise. Okay? So that's engaging in. So if people asked how to become healthy, exercise is usually the advice. To have a healthy and nicely proportioned body. Proportioned means the correct sizes related to each other. Okay? Well proportioned equals the sizes are correctly related. Okay, your stomach is the correct size compared to your chest and your arms. Okay? Well, you can engage in a conversation or engage in conversation. It depends, Garrick. It could be both. I could engage in a conversation with you, or I can engage in conversation with a group of people. Okay? So actually, that's one that could go both ways. You could use conversation as the general situation, or you could use a conversation, meaning a noun, an individual conversation, one conversation. Or I could mean engage in conversation in general. Okay? Actually, exercise is almost the same way. If you engage in an exercise, it's a specific one. If you engage in exercise, it's exercise in general. Okay? So if I spend 1 hour exercising, I engage in exercise, because in 1 hour I'll do many different exercises. But right now I can engage in an exercise and teach you at the same time, right? So I'm doing one exercise, so I would say an exercise. Same thing with conversation. If it's the specific one, I might say engage in a conversation with someone, or engage in conversation in general. Great question, Garrick. Thanks for asking it. Any questions so far? Any other questions so far? No? Okay, terrific. Very good. Let's continue. Okay, so aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise refers to exercise that involves or improves oxygen consumption by the body. Aerobic means with oxygen and refers to the use of oxygen in the body's metabolic or energy generating process. Not regenerating, just energy generating. So aerobic exercise, we already talked about. It improves oxygen consumption. It means with oxygen, just like Tiger said before, and it refers to the use of oxygen in the metabolic or energy generating process. Metabolic, like it says, is the energy generating process. Metabolic equals related to the process of digesting food and producing energy. Okay, that's metabolic. Metabolism is the noun. Okay, the noun is metabolism. Metabolic is an adjective. Okay, the noun is metabolism. Okay, so I may say she has a very fast metabolism. Her body uses energy very quickly, or creates energy out of the food very quickly, so she won't get fat quickly. Baseline activity. Baseline activity refers to the light intensity activities of daily life, such as standing, walking slowly, and lifting lightweight objects. People vary in how much baseline activity they do, but those who do only baseline activity are considered to be inactive. However, they may do very short episodes of moderate to vigorous intensity activity, such as climbing a few flights of stairs. Okay, so they may do some short amounts of moderate or vigorous intensity activities, such as climbing a few flights of stairs or other exercise. Let me ask you this. How often do you do more exercise than just baseline activity? Remember, baseline activity is just the basic stuff. How often do you do more activity? So in other words, how many days per week do you do more exercise than just baseline activity? Every day, Tiger says. Garrick says 2 or 3 days per week. Julia, 1 to 2 times. Okay, so some of you are staying fit, right? I don't do enough. I used to do 4 or 5 days every week. Now I don't do enough. Now I don't do enough. Yeah, Tiger every day. That's good, Tiger. I wish I did it every day. I felt much better when I exercised every day. Not only did it help make me more fit, but it also made me feel more energetic. Right? Maybe some of you experience that, where you feel more energetic. Let's take a look at the next paragraph here too. Health-enhancing physical activity. Let's read. Health-enhancing physical activity is activity that, when added to baseline activity, produces health benefits. The term physical activity generally refers to health-enhancing physical activity. Brisk walking, jumping rope, dancing, lifting weights, climbing on playground equipment at recess, and doing yoga are all examples of physical activity. So anything that produces health benefits when we add it to baseline activity is physical activity. All of these things can be considered physical activity. Brisk walking. Brisk is fast. Brisk is a fast pace. Okay? Brisk is a fast pace. Jumping rope is when you have the ropes in your hands and you jump over it. Okay? And dancing and lifting weights we know, I think. Okay, so those are examples of health enhancing. Enhancing I didn't mention, maybe I should have. To enhance is to make something better. Okay, so I hope this class enhances your English abilities. Okay? I hope it makes your English abilities better. Enhances. Makes something better. So health-enhancing physical activity is physical activity that makes you more healthy. Okay. So the next part here is talking to us about dietary control. Let's read this part. According to some studies, reducing the amount of fat and animal protein in a diet has positive effects on weight control. Food with high caloric content, such as burgers and other fatty meats, for example, pork, bacon, ham, salami, ribs, and sausage, should be avoided. Okay? According to some studies, reducing the amount of fat and animal protein has positive effects. So food with high caloric content, in other words, lots of calories. Lots of calories, such as burgers and things like that. The things that Americans like to eat. Right? I love pork, and I love bacon, and I love ham, and I love salami, and ribs, and sausage. These are basically my favorite foods right here. This is a list of my favorite foods. And they say that these are the things that should be avoided. Oh boy, poor me. Dairy products, such as cheese, cottage cheese, milk, and cream, and other products, such as nuts and sandwich meats, mayonnaise, margarine, butter, and sauces should be eaten in lower fat versions. Substitute butter, fat-free cheeses, and mayonnaise, etc. I would have to starve. This is pretty much my entire diet right here. This is basically everything that I eat each day. So I would have to starve to follow these recommendations. Tiger says that if life would be boring if you avoid these foods, right? Don't forget if you or if we, you need a subject after if there. If we avoid these foods, life will be very boring. I agree with you, Tiger. I agree. So I don't avoid them, but maybe we can decrease the amount. Okay? Dairy products are things made from milk, from cow products. Okay? Not meat. Not meat. Dairy products are like milk, cheese. Okay? Dairy products are things like milk, cheese, and eggs are also usually considered dairy. Okay? Milk, cheese, and eggs are often considered dairy. I believe we usually put eggs in with the dairy anyway. Okay? So you can control your dietary intake. Also, let's read the next part. A crash diet is when a person willfully restricts themselves of all nourishment except water for more than 12 hours. Willfully restricts. Well, willfully means by choice. Okay, willfully means by choice. If you do something willfully, you do it by choice. And restricts, of course, is prevents themselves of all nourishment for more than 12 hours. So the desired result, the wanted result, is to burn body fat for energy. Okay? To burn body fat so you can have better energy. And you can lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time. Okay? Crash dieting is not the same as intermittent fasting, in which the individual periodically abstains from food. Intermittent is only sometimes. Intermittent is sometimes. And abstain is to avoid doing something. In other words, to not do it. Okay, that's to abstain. So intermittent fasting is when someone doesn't eat on Tuesday and Thursday, but they do eat on Monday and Wednesday and Friday. That's intermittent fasting. So some side effects. Julia mentioned side effects. Side effects are like negative consequences. Okay, negative consequences. These are side effects. There may be prolonged hunger. Prolonged is just made to last longer. Prolonged equals something that lasts for a long time. Depression, extreme sadness, right? Extreme sadness. Reduced sex drive, which means less desire for sexual activity. Okay, less desire for sexual activity. Fatigue, which is just tiredness. It's like tiredness. Irritability, which means you may become angry quickly. Fainting, which means you'll lose consciousness. So fainting is like, and you fall. Okay, that's fainting. Sinus problems are problems here in this part of your face. And muscle atrophy. Atrophy is when something reduces because it does not receive proper nourishment. So your muscles may start to die and become smaller. Okay, so those are some side effects. On the next page we have more rashes, which are things that appear on your arms, right? Things that might itch on your arms. Okay, acidosis, which is a process where you begin to feel nauseous and you get acid reflux, where you feel like things are coming back up from your stomach because of too high of an acid content. Bloodshot eyes are eyes that look red. The white part of the eyes is red. Okay, the white part of the eyes becomes red. Gallbladder disease, that's a disease, an internal problem, gallbladder. You can look that one up. Seizures are when your body convulses uncontrollably, right? Okay? Involuntary convulsions of all of your muscles. Something you can't control without medicine. Malnutrition, possibly leading to death. Malnutrition is poor nutrition. Okay, not enough of the correct things. Subsequent weight gain. Subsequent means like later on. And an eating disorder like anorexia nervosa. Those are some possible side effects. Now, medication. We talked about medication, and many of you said, if diet and exercise alone prove to be ineffective, anti-obesity drugs are a choice for some patients. Some prescription weight loss drugs are stimulants, which are recommended only for short-term use, and thus are of limited usefulness for extremely obese patients who may need to reduce weight over months or years. Okay, so some of them are stimulants. They make you move faster. So they increase the rate of your metabolism, but that can be dangerous in some people. Leptin is the chemical that helps us control our weight. Although leptin acts as a circulating signal that reduces appetite. Appetite is your desire to eat. Okay, appetite is desire to eat. In general, obese people have an unusually high circulating concentration of leptin. These people are said to be resistant to the effects of leptin in much the same way that people with type 2 diabetes are resistant to the effects of insulin. The high sustained concentrations of leptin from the enlarged adipose stores result in leptin desensitization. The pathway of leptin control in obese people might be flawed at some point, so the body doesn't adequately receive the satiety feeling after eating a proper meal. So some fat people are not sensitive to the chemical that makes you feel full, and that's a problem. That's a problem for those people. Okay, now, I know the last couple of pages here got thrown out of order. So last here, in conclusion, losing or gaining weight is no laughing matter. To maximize the results, the best way to do it is only through regular exercise and a healthy diet. Nothing more and nothing less. Unfortunately, we're just about out of time for today. Are there any questions for me about any of today's material? About how to stay fit and lose weight? Any questions for me? Okay, excellent. No questions. Very good. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time for today, so I've got to let you go. But I want to thank you for being here with me today. I've enjoyed having you here. I've enjoyed talking to you about diet and weight control. I defined all the vocabulary that I could on the board for you, so hopefully those will add some new words to your repertoire. Thank you very much for your time. I enjoyed having you here today. I hope you'll come join me for more special sessions.